Bring Eddie out.
Bring
Bring Eddie out.
But when is
That's
the
good
second
enough.
one?
Everybody, just calm down.
Girl, just calm down. Welcome to the Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast where we dissect the latest drama, the hottest topics, and all the tea from your favorite reality shows. This episode will be unpacking the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 9, Episode 20, Reunion Part 3. I'm Aaron.
I'm Jared.
I'm Danielle.
Hey, guys.
Happy Monday. Don't you hate that? I hate when people say that.
I hate Happy Monday.
Ugh.
The only good thing about hearing a Happy Monday is like, okay, well, I'm still alive.
Literally,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
Fair. Above
Yeah.
ground.
You know, hello, because a lot of people ain't showing up.
Oh
Hello?
my gosh, Angie Stone.
Oh my God!
Really?
Rest in
Now,
peace, Angie
I
Stone.
know.
now that was terrible. That was heartbreaking. And honestly, someone else who actually rolled over. I mean, they're not dead, but they're on a different side of the bed. She's on a cot this morning.
Who?
County. She's in county prison. County jail, whatever they call it. I don't know. I never got clankety clank.
Yeah, that's true. I hope she survived. Well, I hope she, made it through her first weekend okay.
Oh my God. Not
Poor
first
woman.
weekend. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
Ooh.
That. Yeah, that's sad. It hit
really
me. There's a part. We'll get there, but there was a part in the reunion that like kind of like smacked me in the face about her being in prison.
Mm-hmm.
That I did not think about, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like that is just that's really sad.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all could have told me about my collar.
Why you got a sexy neck?
As if I'm not looking at myself.
I actually
That's
didn't realize
crazy.
you had a collar until you just put it out just now. I thought it was just a crew neck.
Well, I guess we're all giving a little neck today, huh? Well, not
Well,
you,
except
Jerry.
for
You bundled
one.
up.
I know. It's cold again. I thought we were past winter, but
Girl,
Yeah.
Atlanta is figure it out, Atlanta. It's been the same way in Atlanta. We were literally this weekend was probably the most beautiful weekend that we've had in a while, obviously because it's winter,
were
but
cute.
it's been like 70 degrees. And then we wake up today and it's 30.
But see,
It's just too much.
But see, about that is here in the tri-state, we were cute Saturday. When I say the weather changed in the New York minute, bitch, I was out in a leather jacket. I almost froze to death. I almost had frostbite.
yeah, same here. The temperature dropped like substantially
Quick.
in a few hours. Yeah.
I was in sunglasses. Next thing I know, my sunglasses were fogging up from the cold. It was bad. It was bad. I didn't like it.
That's crazy. Like I hate that for you.
Yeah.
Not really, but
It's cold.
you decided to continue to live there.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. How is it?
Sorry about it. Because at the end of the day,
Talking.
if you're not giving me land,
1,000 or more
or more,
every week.
Shabana, like,
hear me?
ain't got time.
You hear me? Shut up.
So, guys, let's get into this episode. Honestly, I mean, I feel like it was only like two topics. It was TJ and Stacey, and then Karen. But obviously, we start the episode off with Miss Mia. Jared, your light skins are going out bad. I'm sorry. Like, y'all got it. What is going on? It's just Drake, Mia, Bryn. Like, what's happening here?
Oh, you
Like,
said-
go ahead, speak for your delegation. What's going on?
You saying Brennan's light skin?
She,
No, she's white.
passing, whatever she is, child.
Ooh.
She's biracial. You know, I identify. I'm
Well, I'm
biracial. I'm a black woman.
I'm just gonna align myself with the other light skin on the sofa across from Mia, who actually ran off the stage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick to that side. But the most hilarious part about it that I keep giggling about was how everybody was just so unbothered by Mia leaving. Mainly Jacqueline. Jacqueline just took advantage. Just like, I'm gonna sit here on
And
this
turned
sofa.
on her.
Yeah.
And turned on her.
It turned on her. She did. It turned on her. She sat on that stage rubbing her belly the entire time. I was like, what is Jacqueline still doing on the stage?
low key, if it weren't for Mia leaving, Jacqueline would have not been there that long.
Exactly, and she was loving it.
Can I
Was.
just say? Can I just say, whoever the personal assistant was, now he needs a raise. He's an unsung. He's an unsung hero. Did you see him undoing that dress
The way he
while
was
she
chasing
was
her
walking?
around.
Honey, and that speaks to the type of, like, everyone is blaming Carlos King for like gassing her last year, like, oh, Mia's running the show, she's had, she has the best story,
She's
but then
the future of
also
Potomac. He said.
Right.
exactly, but then also following it up with essentially the network and production listening, essentially putting her in first chair, and things of the putting her in first chair. It was really funny to me where Jacqueline says, "Oh yeah, because Mia threw me under the bus." I doubt she would have said that if Mia was still sitting on that couch.
They were talking about Karen. They were talking about Karen, and when Jacqueline was talking about the phone call that Karen had, and apparently she was tipsy.
Right. But she says that Mia threw her under the bus, and like I was just like, "Dang, how quickly!"
But did you see but the girls ate her up though for that. Ashley was like, "But that's not true. We were all there. Just you told me and Giselle, and Wendy was right there too. So she didn't throw you under the bus."
No, that's true. Mia says, "I won't give anyone. I should never put myself in a place for people to talk about my motherhood or my children."
Yeah, she kept saying, "Not my children, not my children."
The realest thing that she could have ever said, probably the most honest and real thing she's ever said. You're correct. I'm glad that you are not putting the blame on anyone else but yourself. You put yourself in this position. No one else. Nobody other than yourself.
And again, it just took them to bulldoze you with the information to your face for you to get that. They actually been telling you all season, but I don't know why it just clicked at the reunion. Let's be real.
Well, it clicked at the reunion because during the season hadn't aired yet. And like Giselle said,
fair.
Once the season aired and she started getting backlash from outside of the cast, then it clicked for her.
Yeah, fair.
That very true. And then it also speaks to the point of, Jared, I can't agree with you when you say like, the other light skin on the couch. The reason I can't agree with you because Giselle was blowing up smoke up Mia's ass for damn near every season she was on there except for this one. I don't even think that she would have even had that much smoke for Mia, even with all this drama, had Mia not said anything about her children. She was perfectly fine with Mia dragging Wendy, trying to drag Candace, and basically putting Mia above staples of this franchise. And what do you think's going to happen when you put a battery in a basic bitch's back like that? Excuse my language, but what happens? This is what happens. So in the same way that people are like, Mia needs to relax and shit like that, y'all created that beast.
You did.
They should have given her that same energy that they gave Candace when she came in, the same energy they gave Wendy when she came in. But I guess there is a difference between those two. I'm not sure what that difference could be, but
Well,
ooh, I'm upset.
We
girl.
know what Bravo has been accused of for quite some time.
No, it ain't Bravo. That's who it is. It's that damn producer. The same person that ruined, well, it never was great, but whatever. Go ahead, T. I feel like you're going to say something.
No, just honestly, I wasn't impressed. And again, you putting your kids on that type of, it was just embarrassing. I didn't like it. And again, I'm glad the girls didn't pay her any attention. Her leaving definitely did not make or break the fucking third part of the reunion. Let's just say that.
It didn't. And I am glad that she's getting humbled because at the end of the day, I do enjoy Mia as a housewife. I think she's a great housewife. I think she's great TV. I did really, up until this season, even lies aside, which I think are funny, I do enjoy her. I was
going to say, what about the line? Because that's the whole character.
Well, yeah, the line, I find the line to be entertaining to an extent.
Well, okay, true, because you believe in your own shit. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So, with that being said, looking ahead to next season, I would like to see her come back in a little more humble. She can continue to lie every now and then. I'm fine with that. But I would just like her to come back and be humbled and continue to be entertaining in a less abrasive way.
Okay. So we're allowed to have multiple liars on the show.
Yeah, I mean, every Housewives cast has multiple liars. It's fine.
That's
some do a better job than others, or some are more blatant with their
That's
lies
fair.
than others, but they all got liars, child.
That's fair. Ooh, let's do a liars edition. It's the biggest liar. Well, we know the biggest liar is now, but yeah.
We got Mia up there, Phaedra,
Ooh.
Portia. Who else lies?
Jared is definitely one of those girls that are, well, like he said, he loves the OGs. But so because he loves the OGs, he also believes and thinks very similar to OGs, where like for me, I get very upset with people. I'm like, off the show, I don't even care if they're great for the show. Jared's like, if they're great for the show, they stay on the show. If they,
Yeah.
we have to have a show. They need to have
I
drama.
do, yeah.
So he think not. I wouldn't even say think like OG. He thinks like a producer, in my opinion.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm speaking
No,
about
that's
him
fair.
as if he's not here, but yeah.
Right.
You're speaking
Right.
lovely though and correct, so I appreciate it.
Exactly. I'm not mad at that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not mad at that, Jared.
And so then we move on to what I think was the biggest topic, which we all kind of had an idea this is where it was going, especially when we kept talking about the parallels between her and Kenya on our last episode. So we just kind of assumed that it was going to be what it was. So essentially, after Wendy is like, "Oh my God, what? You fucking lying," you know, all that stuff she's doing. She basically says that Eddie and TJ were on FaceTime, which sounds so crazy to say out loud, but
Right.
Eddie and TJ were on FaceTime, and basically TJ told Eddie that Stacey was paying for him to be on the show, and that this, yeah, I don't know if you caught this. When Wendy said that Stacey was in the rears, that
took me out. He said you're in the rears.
girl,
I almost fell off my couch. I almost wasn't here to tell y'all the story. I almost fell off my couch.
When I tell you everybody fell out when she said that, like that took me out. Wendy was on one.
She really was.
Like she was actually funny. Like, yeah, it was good.
Was me. I was Wendy and I was Kay at the same time on that couch. Because I was when Kay was getting mad, that was me. Like, come on, girl, you gotta stop this bullshit. But then when it was Wendy, I was like, oh yeah, Wendy, I get it. Yeah.
So go ahead, Jared.
Oh, I don't have anything.
Okay, so my question to you guys: do you believe it?
So I'm 50-50. Actually, I don't know. I'm more inclined to believe Stacey. I do believe they have some type of arrangement when it comes to him being on the show. Yes, I don't believe she's outright paying him per se. Part of me thinks that because this was already on the atmosphere, because there was chatter about this on Twitter, etc., from the viewers that this could be happening, I think that TJ just kind of picked that up and leaned into it to make her look bad. And I don't know if it's necessarily true. I don't know if I believe it. And then I'm also waiting to see if he is going to post some kind of receipts or something like that to prove it. And so far, nothing has come out that I'm aware of.
He was just on. There was a video, and I'll actually put it. I'll put it in here. Like that type of thing.
Himself up. Okay, so he's.
It's very messy. It's very messy, and I'll give my opinion. Go ahead, Danielle. After you go.
I can agree with you, Jared. There, like my thing is, the reason why I don't believe Stacey is because she was in such a hard denial, but it was a weird denial. Because even after she heard it, she tried to say she didn't hear it. Number one, the whole time she was talking, I couldn't get over wig sitting here. So that's number one. The wig sat right here. That was a Spirit Halloween wig. I did not like that one bit. So that's the start there. From the time she was talking and they wanted her to explain, she looked like a child that was anticipating getting on punishment. Her stomach dropped when the actual footage came out, right? It dropped. We saw it. Oh, I can't even move, Andy. No, you can move because if it was a break, you'd have got up off the couch. Yeah. You couldn't move because you had butterflies. That's what happened. Second of all, I don't believe that she was cash apping or Venmoing. I don't believe that. But as you said, I do believe that there was an arrangement. I'm newly divorced, which is why her divorce was so quick. She was already going through the things, already going through the motions. I brought you on here. These are the arrangements. You're going to be my special friend. I'm not going to put the title as my man. I'm going to use this best friend situation. She got really upset when that got aired out because again, they were best friends. We know now, fast forward to her real best friend sitting down when they crossed paths, we knew that was a disaster, which is why I don't believe Stacey. I don't believe that. Like I said, I don't believe in cash transactions per se, but there was an arrangement made and you're still lying about it, even on Watch What Happens Live yesterday.
The lies.
So,
Sorry, I did not mean to do that.
well, I mean, it was a lie. A lie is a
But
lie
there
is
you
a lie
go.
is a lie.
Okay, so in my humble opinion, it should be no shock to my lovely co-host and to our audience. I disagree with Danielle.
What?
I think TJ is a messy girl. If this was not a public broadcast, I would be using a 3-character word that people in my community are able to use, but I will not use because we're recording live.
Rhymes with gag.
I don't believe after seeing that video of him walking through the airport, and I honestly did not believe him even before I saw that video. But Stacey was truly hurt by him. If you believe him, she was hurt by him basically outing her because he's in his feelings. And then if you're like me, she was hurt because she was betrayed by a friend, like someone that she cared about. I think even before, but still, even before they brought out the phone for her to see it and hear it, when they kept saying, you need to call him, or how do you feel about this? And she kept saying, I don't believe that he would say anything like that. She displayed such loyalty in that moment in a way that I have not seen people behave ever in my life. And that what I mean by that is, perfect example. One of us if I go to Jared and I say, hey, your best friend was dogging you out and he was saying da-da-da-da-da. A lot of people, not saying Jared would do this, but a lot of people will respond with like, I know that bitch ain't talking when he just asked me for money last week. Instead of pausing, taking a beat and saying, that really doesn't sound like my friend. Let me go check with my friend before I say anything. That is what I'm speaking about when I say the level of loyalty that she gave him in that moment. And I think even not wanting to call him, I can see how that looks. I would say that would probably be the only misstep, in my opinion. Because everything other than not calling him, that was the biggest mistake.
Well, doesn't that kind of tie into it? The fact that you didn't want to call and give the receipt on national TV, why wouldn't you want to clear that up? That's what I'm saying, whether that's a friend or not. And I don't believe it about the best friend shit either. You can just stop that act too. Stop. You met your best friend. He's in Detroit. We saw Miss Mama's. He was the bartender on Watch What Happens Live last night. It was everything. Very messy. That's your best friend. That man, TJ, was not your best friend. And again, even if that was, and again, prime example, if that was any one of us on a phone call, oh no, let me call my friend real quick. Let me clarify this because I know he would never say this about me. I'm calling to clarify on your name and on mine because at the end of the day, the lie was sold on me. But I also, because if some shit is getting started with my friend's name, I want the air to be cleared about them as well because now they're also saying that you're saying something about me. So we're clearing both ends. We're making sure you didn't say no shit about me, and I'm making sure you're not lying.
Okay, no, but that's what I'm saying. Where I think it's the misstep because at the same time, let's say it is true. A bitch like me, I'm going down swinging. I'm gonna call even though I know it ain't true. You said this? Why would you lie like that? Like, so that's what makes me feel like she's telling the truth because we did get to see a little bit of Detroit Stacey on the past 2 episodes. I feel like she actually could be telling the truth. I just don't, and I'm sorry, he's just a messy enough queen to know about the Kenya and Walter situation and what it did to her, especially with the correlation. Is TJ from Detroit as well or no?
I doubt it.
No, he was from California.
Okay, well, I'm sure that there has been some type of conversation because she even said there's been extensive conversation between them two about the show. So yes. I'm sure her being a black woman from Detroit, Kenya has come out before. And I'm sure he probably knows about that
Maybe.
story. I'm sorry. This is my thing. Even with the women, y'all were dogging him out. I agree with her 100%. Even when Andy was like, oh, she's about to vindicate you. And I was like, no, she's not. I know exactly where she's going. When she said, okay, y'all have been dogging him out the whole season, basically saying that there's something nefarious going on with him. Wendy, you've called him gay, which is essentially saying that he's a liar and not being honest about who he is because he's trying to holler at me and then he's gay on the low, caring more about the trainer than me. When she said that, it was like, oh, okay, so when it's something salacious against me to make me look bad, all of a sudden he is this above board guy that y'all believe everything he's saying out his mouth. I agree with her when she said that. That made no sense to me. How are y'all flipping on that? Why y'all quiet now?
For me, honestly, again, I understood that part of it. I was like, no, that
You just
does
hate
make
black
sense.
women, that's all.
Do not love my queens. But what I'm saying is at that moment, I think that was irrelevant. It was irrelevant because now, okay, we know, okay, if he did lie, okay, or if he is in the closet or whatever he's doing, okay, that's actually his business. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, did you pay him to be on the show as a love interest / best friend?
But how do you prove, and we're going to move on in a second, but for me, one, as a person that has been lied on and actually mind blown about a particular lie that was put on me, and if it weren't for how I live my life, where I live my life in a way that I'm always dotting my I's and crossing my T's.
Have to.
So I'm always gonna be able to account for what the fuck I've done or whatever the case may be. Oh, they said I was here. Nope, I actually was here. You know, whatever the case may be. And outside of that, it's extremely hard to prove a negative when someone, like when Giselle said, but why would he lie on you? People kill their parents.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
People cheat on their wives. People, like, there's serial killers in the world. When people ask, why would they just lie on you? That's not shocking. We see it every day, dog. We could have said the same thing to, people did say the same thing to Candy before it came out at the reunion. Why would Portia just make this up?
Right.
Why would Phaedra just, at the time, like, why would someone just make that up? And then boom, it happens. It's not weird for people to lie on people. I hate when people say that.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
That's it. That's all. That's all I'm saying, girls. That's all. So justice for
the
Stacey.
bitch is a liar. That's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
After all that.
I guess we'll have to find out. I guess we'll have to stay tuned.
Well, what Wendy said, it don't matter because she ain't called. So next year she gonna come in being a liar, apparently.
Yeah.
She is
They're gonna be
a liar.
on Stacey's ass next season. So
They laughed at her when Andy asked her what was the best-selling item you've ever sold, and she said it was the jeans because she was wearing them. They laughed at that. They don't believe you, girl.
But even with that, like the thing that they're not gonna realize, and this is also another issue that I have, we elevate and put Mia on a pedestal, but we have someone like Stacey that comes in that it actually is kind of believable. We could believe from y'all her lies much more believable than anything Mia said in her first season, and especially up until now. And they were giving her a much harder time about this than they gave any time to Mia outside of this season, outside of this reunion, actually.
They just let her lies roll off.
Stacey's going to come back next year, and she's going to win. I guarantee you. But go ahead, Jared. What are you going to say?
no, I was gonna say I just don't think that from the beginning they didn't take Mia seriously to begin with. So I think that's why she lied. They weren't as bothered.
Fair. Okay, that's fair.
Her lie would be there, and then we would see it and be like, wait, Mia, why'd you lie about it? I mean, the girl lied about her age. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
She started off there. So.
Ooh, justice for Stacey, Joe. Oh my God, did we even talk about Eddie coming out?
I mean, we talked about the subject. He's just a messenger.
Yeah, he was just a messenger.
Now,
well, one little call out I did have that was funny as shit on the FaceTime when TJ said to them, "I miss you," and Greg's response. Greg was so uncomfortable with that gay man telling him that, I mean, allegedly, that he missed him. Greg was like, well, you know, man, yep, we miss you too. Greg is
the old school.
Y'all, please, to the people watching, please go back and play that back when TJ says, "I miss y'all." Greg was so uncomfortable. He didn't even know how to handle it. He was like, "Yeah, man, yep, we miss you too." It was, yeah,
And
it
also,
was
I
No.
also
funny.
feel bad for Kay because why did they have the men there just for Andy to tell them that the men not coming out? And Kay is like, Greg gonna cuss me out. He came all the way up here.
You
Y'all
know
know
what?
he already hate the show.
Right.
Yeah, right. Why does it make me come a parent? Also, Wendy, now, you know husbands and kids is off limits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you have your husband come up there with no white blazer on with the bedazzle thing. I ain't like that.
He's
I ain't
African.
like
He
that.
don't know no
I
better.
know, but
He
I ain't like it. It
African.
was real country. It was real African. I didn't like that.
And you know she picked it out.
You know she did. She was fixing it when he was getting up. I was like, girl,
Yeah.
you don't need to fix the back. You need to tell him to take that shit off.
She said, I got
I
you the perfect
cannot.
blazer to match my dress. Here, put this shit on.
She probably put the damn jewels on there herself.
Probably.
Who knows? And so then we move on to Karen Huger, her DUI arrest and her lack of
Mm.
accountability from what?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I thought that was like you clearing your throat. I didn't know what that noise was.
No, I just said, mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And her lack of accountability. Essentially, they do Karen's package as if she's there, and even Andy gives the disclaimer that obviously we're going to view this a lot differently with all the things we know and that we've seen. Who wants to take this off? Because, yeah,
Cop talk, real
go
quick.
ahead.
And y'all always say that I be talking about my husband and my family, but what I'm saying is, let me just say this one little thing before I go on my rant. May that level of delusion never touch my marriage. May it never touch my marriage. You understand me? My, never. You sat up there, right, and was talking in circles. Like, yes,
6 million car accidents a year.
we thought we handled that. You thought you handled that. No. Right, you let her get away with a lot of stuff. You let her get away with a lot of stuff. But that conversation right there, and then you had her to look in the camera. Right, no, tell your wife that she's fried. Why you didn't say that? Like, why? I don't understand. Y'all been together a long time. You knew that lady had a drinking problem. You've always known she's had a drinking problem. And I don't even have to say allegedly, prescription pills as well. And now we know it was before the parents. She keeps trying to add when mommy and daddy died. He's talking about, yeah. Ray, shut up. Wasn't then. It was before that. She's been doing it for years, and you've been letting her slide off with it. You've been paying off her fines quietly as it's kept. But now that she's on this platform, her shit is out in the open now. That was the scariest conversation I've ever seen. And like I said, may that part of the delusion never hit my marriage. That was sick. I ain't like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Great point.
That video was a hot ass mess. It was such a shit show. And I think my favorite part about it was not even the video, was watching the rest of the cast reactions to the video.
Mhm.
Like Giselle was so over it and it was cracking me up.
She was booing this shit. She's like, Andy, turn it off.
So, take this off. Cut that out.
Yeah.
Initially, I was getting, when I first, throughout this whole process when it comes to Karen, I've been going through waves of, I feel bad for her, throw the book at her. I feel bad for her, throw the book at her. And I really didn't know where I was going to land up by the time I got on this video with y'all. And I'm landing on not grace, but I feel bad for her. Because when there are, and I don't mean I feel bad for her like, oh, she has to go to jail. I don't mean it in that way. I mean, I feel bad that you are not able to take any level of accountability. Like, it is so hard for you to look at your true self and say, wow, I'm messing up. To not be able to do that at 62, that is scary. Like, we always talk about, like, what's your fears in life? One of my biggest fears in life is being stuck, not growing, not progressing in life. And so when I see someone in their 60s not being able to look at themselves in the mirror and fix or try to fix what's wrong, or at least name it or own it, and not putting it on prescription pills, or I upped my dose and I just had a glass of champagne, and all of these things. Because she was saying in that video with Ray, she was saying certain things that could, allude to accountability, but it was still too much for her to fully go there. So she would, bring back another situation, or like
Why
if
she was under the influence.
Exactly. And I have this saying that I always say, like, let's say if I do something wrong to someone, when I'm explaining myself, I'll say, it's not an excuse. It's just an explanation. And basically what that means is I'm giving you a little bit of background as to what led me to make this decision. And I feel like with her, it's nothing but excuses. And like Danielle said with Ray, if the person that's next to you, that is your ride or die and your partner, is not holding you accountable and allowing you to go down this road, a year prison sentence is what happens. Like, she's 62, y'all. She going to prison. 62.
No, not going, is.
Oh, in correct.
Prison. Well, she's in
First
county
weekend.
now. She's going to get booked. She's in county now. She's going to get booked and go down to prison. Yes. So she's going to be sitting at the table with murderers, rapists, bank robbers. Like, she's not going to Club Fed. She's going to criminal. Like, not going, she's in criminal.
Yeah.
At 62. Come on.
62.
That's a big age.
Do you believe that one of the questions on the reunion was whether or not Karen saw the video? Do you think Karen saw the video?
Absolutely.
Prior to? You think so?
Absolutely. Legal counsel.
Yeah. I would hope not.
You too,
because
Jared?
I don't know how anyone in their right mind could see that video and take it to trial. So it's only hard for me to believe, because why would you still take it to trial? But I also don't understand how she did not see the video. So she had that scene. I just don't, the level of delusion and the fact that, like, going back to both of y'all's point, like, I don't understand. And it starts, well, Ray is the number one violator, but like, who is she surrounding herself with? Like, what is her team? What is your legal counsel? Like, no one looked at this video or looked at all of this and said, oh no, we can't win this. Like, stop.
And they did. Wendy said it.
Right. Ray, you were on this. Ray was on the fucking scene and he never thought to intervene. Ray.
Oh my God. Great point. Oh my God. Great point.
But remember when Ray was like, stop talking? And she was like this? But no, Ray.
No, but great point, because it got me thinking. That is such a great point, Jared, because
the first on the scene.
Not only that, she, in that clip that they showed of them in the bedroom, he said something along the lines of, you wouldn't even let me see the video. What do you need to see the video for? I mean, outside of what happened in the car and at the station, you, even outside of the Thomas Jefferson's concubine comment and you're pouring white in the interrogation room, you on the side of the road with your wife was enough for you to know, take that deal, tell your wife to take that deal. So you ain't really need to see the video, my guy.
Well, no, you saw the car wrapped around the damn tree.
Right.
Yeah.
So what video do you need to see? And again, like, as to your point, Aaron, you saw your wife. I mean, we saw Karen. I mean, she was annihilated. Okay. Like, it was nasty drunk. And the fact that she kept trying to say one champagne, a beer, girl.
Yeah, I think that was, but it was definitely pills though.
Oh, that was definitely
pills. And that was not just drunk.
That was a downer too. Those were downers.
Like, she was definitely 100%.
I'm inclined to think that Ray wanted her to go to jail. I kind of feel like he wanted her to flame out and just go. Yeah.
Well, her children, she has 2 kids though that are in our age bracket. It's no way in hell. I'm like, Mom, it's bad. You need to take the deal. There's no way I'm letting you sit in jail. There's no way.
And her daughter's smart, or at least comes off smart on the show.
She's a very smart girl. She's a really smart girl, very successful, and so is the son.
Did you guys know that, very similar to how Real Housewives of Atlanta, when they first shot the pilot and did all the things, it was not supposed to be a housewife show? Did you know that Potomac was like that as well, and it was supposed to be the ladies of Jack and Jill?
Yeah.
But Jack and Jill was like, you not about to do that. Cut that injunction. I said, I know that's right. So for me, I actually don't believe she saw the video. And for the very same reason that what we have said about her, and that is delusion. I believe she didn't see that video. When they tried to get it dismissed or, removed out of the trial, she cared more about her brand and, being the grand dame and people knowing that she actually has a problem than the actual problem. And so I feel like had she seen that video, because I do believe when she said she saw it in the courtroom and she said, I didn't recognize that woman, I believe her. I do believe her. But it still leads us to the same conclusion. How could you not see that video?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you see that video? The level of delusion for your legal counsel to not make you see it, for Ray to say, no, you need to see this so we can get a full idea. Even Ashley said, if my life is on the line, my freedom, I need to know everything. I need to be able to defend myself in every which way.
But also, let's take it a step further. It's crazy too, because you have to think about it too. This is also a person who did not go to rehab right away. So do we even know that she was sober from that time? She didn't go to rehab until sentencing, which is why she got the book thrown at her, because the judge said, you went to rehab 2 weeks before we were about to sentence you, not when the incident initially happened. You didn't check yourself in. The day after you crashed that car, you should have checked yourself in. You did not. You scurried around the town. You continued to film. You wanted to do all these things. But then when you realized that shit was hitting the fan, you're like, ooh, let me go to rehab really quick, which the judge and all the court people said it was nothing but a spa camp. So it was a slap in the face to the court. You didn't go to a real rehab where you were sweating it out and you were undergoing treatments and things like that. No. You were getting facials. You were petting animals. That's not real rehab for a person that has 4 DUIs. You have a problem. So that's, I'm not getting it. I don't understand. And again, you could have killed someone. We do not condone drunk driving at all. There is Uber, there is Lyft. You're a mess. And then the money is just there.
Yeah, I used to own a company.
Hello?
That prevented things like that.
Hello?
For me, yeah, it's
not good.
Again, to be 62 and not be able to, be real with yourself. That, like, think about the level. I have this. I've never said this to you, Jared, but I say it to Danielle all the time. Like, whenever, like, you see it on Instagram all the time. I love to see flashbacks of people, like when they have show me yourself 10 years ago or in your senior year of high school. No matter how fine you are now, no matter how fly you are now, no matter how cute you are, no matter how much money you got, when you show me that flashback photo of you looking like you were bullied in high school and a loser, if I know that you have not done the work, and when I say done the work, that could be reading self-help books, that could be you going through therapy, you having self-reflection. You don't always have to have third-party help to grow and, progress through life. But if you haven't done any type of self-work, you're still that person from high school. Like, you're still that person that was triggered, that whatever those triggers and those traumas happened to you at that time, you're still operating from that person. So I don't care about however you look now and everything that how you're going about life now. If you do not work on yourself, if you do not, invest in self-growth, you end up like Karen, because that's what it's given.
That is so bad. I mean, that lady is in jail. She's doing lights out right now. I think they go to bed at 8:00.
Are you so obsessed with her schedule?
She's in prison. I'm thinking about a person like I don't even have the coins like Karen. Not yet. Right? Well, does she have them now? But what I'm saying is, as a person who gets their hair done, who gets their nails done.
What about LaDom? What's going to happen with LaDom?
Oh my God, the company is going under. Oh my God.
And all we got is a fragrance and a candle.
I want to know, I want to know how much money is on her books. I do want to know if the CEO has already made friends with her and is letting her get extra shit getting snuck in there. I want to know how her hair is right now. Does she have the plaits in her hair? She has to take her wig off. You can't wear no wig.
Oof. Yeah.
Yo, when Giselle said, and you know she can't bring a wig in, and then Andy goes, "No, is that right?" It's like, come on, Andy, you know, but oh my God, y'all, Karen has ruined it for us.
Wrong what?
We have never. Oh, never mind. Take it back. I just had a mugshot pop up in my head. But I was about to say, we've never had a current black housewife go to jail. Actually, no. I mean, Portia got a mugshot for fighting
Portia-
Kenya.
She didn't go to jail.
But she didn't go to jail.
No.
She didn't go to
Okay,
jail.
so yeah. Well, that was a badge of honor that we had as the blacks.
Yeah,
We've
that we
never had a housewife of ours go to
none
jail.
of ours. And again, I think what makes it so bad is that she is not the first housewife to go to jail. A couple of them, almost every franchise has been to jail except Beverly Hills. Everyone has actually gone to jail.
In Orange County.
In OC. So the California
Yeah.
girls don't do jail. But everybody else has done jail or has sat for something. She is the only one to go to criminal. Let's just highlight that. She's not going to federal. She's going to criminal. Like, that is scary. And she's too over the bacteria, the sickness. If I see a picture of her in the yard and she's buff as shit, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh Lord.
If I see
I
her bench pressing some shit, I'm gonna kill myself. I can't. I'm
I
done.
cannot. Yeah.
Let us know.
Any
Y'all know
other?
somebody in the county. If y'all drop us in the comments, if you know somebody, if you're from the DMV area, you know somebody that's sitting in the county with Karen, let us know.
Jared, do you know anyone?
No, I do not.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
The people that I know have avoided their time.
I know that's right. Well, they watched the video. So you see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
They actually
And
they
then
watched
to
the
say that,
evidence.
and then to say that this girl could have had 6 months of house arrest.
Why did
So
Kelly do
stupid.
that?
Yeah.
Do you know if she would have done the 6 months of house arrest, she would have been off of house arrest already?
Oh yeah, should have been done.
And with house arrest, you can get certain allowances for work. So when she's out filming and things like that, she could have went and filmed if that house arrest overlaid with actual filming for the new season or whatever the case may be. She could have easily done that. It's just a sad thing.
I just need to know. I just need to know who the legal team was. Because at this point, they need to be disbarred. Like I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. Was it Phaedra?
Well, we know it wasn't a Cochran firm. I can tell you that.
That is the point that I'm so glad you brought that back up. That's the point I wanted to bring up because someone said, I think it was Jared that said something about like, well, what about her kids? Who's advising her?
Yeah.
I think that there could be such a strong level of delusion of how Karen wants who's in charge of the girls and run the girls a particular type of way that I could see her not listening to counsel.
That's fair.
Saying, no, we're going to do this. We're going to do it this way. And it's like very similar to like when I tried to do styling at one point, and then I would style someone, and then they would like, I don't really want to do it this way. I want to do it this way. It's like, okay, you're still going to pay me, but don't tag me because I didn't sanction that. Do not tag me on that post because I ain't had nothing to do with this little shit that you just tried to do. And so I feel like that could be that situation with her counsel. She ain't listening to nobody, even though she's paying you for your expertise, essentially.
That's fair.
At the end of the day, from the Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast, Karen, me personally, I am praying for your growth, for your acceptance and awareness of what you have done to yourself and the place that you have been put in. And hopefully you will be able to see yourself on the outside and actually get better and do the work to get better.
Yeah, no, same. Karen, we're with you, girl. All jokes aside, we are really sad for you, but also I will send you a kite because it is public knowledge of AMA. So I will be looking you up. I will write you if I need to. I'll do a family.
The lies.
You are not calling her. Stop it. You are not
You
calling her.
you want JPay?
Ciao. All right, guys. So now we are about to go into our favorite part of our episode, and that is
Everybody, just calm down.
girl, just calm down. For me, Who I think needs to calm down? Ugh. I want to say Karen, but she's not there. She's only there in the photo. So I'm gonna have to say Mia. Mia, you put this all on. Very similar to Karen. You put this all on yourself. The difference is Karen has a disease, and that's called addiction. Actually, I take that back. Mia, you got a disease too, and it's called lying.
Yeah,
And so,
it is a disease.
you are everything. The reason that you ran out of this reunion is all because of your doing and what you put on TV. So, sorry about that.
I'm gonna base mine off of the video they got sent in. My person that needs to calm down today is gonna be Ray Huger. I think we talked about Karen being 62 and delusional. Ray, you are 104. You need us to stop that woman. Help your wife. You need us to intervene. There's no way in hell that you should let her go as far as it did when you were on the fucking scene. And that lady held you down through your attack situation. You could have helped that lady out a little bit better. So, Ray, calm down.
Hashtag free Uncle Ben. That did not age well, did it? I wasn't expecting that one. You know who needs to calm down? Stacey. Stacey, you need to calm down. Yeah. Stacey, you need to calm down because that genuinely pissed me off when you sat up there and said, I didn't hear what he said. Girl, you watched that video with Andy sitting next to you and you still played dumb. You need to calm down and you need to stop lying.
Oh, okay, girl. Okay, girl. Dang. Sheesh. All right, guys.
Love you, girl.
Well, guys, that wraps up this episode of Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast. We've dissected all the drama. This bitch.
You know I've been bold without 20%.
There's always something.
I can't wear her. Like,
Oh my God.
all right, guys. So that's a wrap of this episode of Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast. We've dissected all the drama from the Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 3. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time as we continue to break down all the latest in reality TV. Until then, keep calm. And you know what? I lost it. Let me start that over.
Well, I was also going to say, and could we
Go
also let the people know what we'll be reviewing next? That starts on Sunday.
Yes. Thank you. Great point. Great point. Yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'm keeping all this in. I ain't even going to say it all over again. But great point, Jared. So because Potomac is now over, we now have the girls. Hopefully they continue being the girls. But we have the girls coming in, the head honcho of it all. Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we will be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. It will be taking place in taking in place of Real Housewives of Potomac. So just how you guys are used to getting your videos of Real Housewives of Potomac on Tuesdays, you will then now be getting RHOA, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Timeline.
Same time.
All right. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. Karen, do better.
And don't drink and drive, guys.
Good luck, Karen.
We love you.
Everybody, just calm down.
Girl, just calm.